Hey, party people, Panda Brady here, and I just finished watching Macross. Do you remember love? Um, so to preface this, I myself have never watched a full episode of Robotech or Macross. I know the mechs, I know some clips. I've never really gotten into the story. It's a series I wanted to. I knew the basic gist of it, but apparently this is like compressing the entire series into about 2 hours long. uh, so, with this movie, first of all, gorgeously well done because it was all hand drawn, as I found out. All of it was hand drawn. There was no CG, none of that. I noticed like one or two frames where they reused animation, but that was a product of the time. Movie says it was released in 1984. That is 25 years ago. 25 years. That is ridiculous. And boy, oh boy, I watched the English dub, and I may have made a mistake there. I say that because we have come a very long way from what we were. So we start off this movie with meeting a bunch of different characters. The main female lead that we find out about is Minmay, who is this pop idol living inside of the Macross, which is a giant fortress that turns into a giant robot that is also the last city of Earth, because apparently Earth got nuked or something like that by this alien race known as the Zentradi. And so they've been at war for a while, and you know, it's just one of those days. Oh, well, nothing's really going on. Oh no, the Zentradi attacked. Oh no, what a terrible time to be having a concert. Well, don't worry. We transformed the city so that in certain places you'll be fine. You won't have to worry about it. But you might want to get to a safe area quickly. And during the fight with the Zentradi, some get in, and apparently this is the first time Zentradi have ever been inside the Macross or seen a human, because one of the soldiers gets in there. And by the way, these guys are humongous people. According to the wiki, they're 40 feet tall. They look a little bigger than that, but yeah. And he sees Minmay, and he's like, "Oh, a woman! It's a woman! And she's there with a man! How can that be? Men and women cannot coexist!" And you find out later why that is, but he gets killed. And the Macross is transforming from ship to giant robot mode, which is why all this is going on, and Minmay doesn't quite make it there. And her manager, I think his name's Dan or something like that. Again, the English dub is so hard to understand, especially in the low quality it is. But, remember to cut that. But yeah, so, one of the pilots, who I guess is supposed to be a new guy, named Hikaru, comes in and sees her falling, and he's the reason why the Zentradi guy dies, because he kills him. And she's falling as the thing's transforming, which doesn't really make a lot of sense because it's in space, but you know, whatever. And my chair's in the way. Anyways, and he manages to catch her, but the plane he's in crashes through a wall, and they get stuck on the other side of this plating inside of the Macross. And he's like, "Oh, we can't go back. It's super alloy, and my radio won't work. Oh, that's weird." So he meets her, and he's like, "Oh, I'm such a big fan." And they start talking to each other. It's like, oh, well, I guess we have to, find a way to survive out here. Oh, luckily, vending machines and all kinds of stuff from the city fell through the hole, too. So, according to the story, they survive for 3 days before Hikaru's all like, Minmay, I think I love you, but I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm so terribly British. But, he's like, that man on TV, do you love him? And she's like, oh no, that's just a PR story. Come on, I would never. Oh no. So you were faking? Yes, of course I was. Can you show me? Or no. She says, do you want me to show you how? And he's like, oh yes, please. Oh, this is so great. I love it. And then they start making out. And then the gravity turns back on because when they're on the outer plates of the Macross, for some reason they're not affected by gravity. But eventually a gate opens and they start slowly floating down. And all the paparazzi are there and they're like, oh, take pictures. Oh, this is the best thing ever. Oh. And he gets in trouble with his commander named Misa, who he has a weird relationship with because he's like, oh, you're a woman, I'm not going to take orders from you. Yes, you are, because I'm the commander and I'm very stuck up, blah, blah, blah. Oh, she acts like she's a man. And then the ace pilot character named Roy Fokker, yes, Fokker, is speaking with him, and he's like, so, you were alone with Minmay for 3 days. Did you do anything with her? What? No, I would never. Ah, you call yourself a man? This is how a man acts. Claudia, my black girlfriend. Which was really weird, because I didn't expect that for an 80s anime. Claudia, my black girlfriend, come here. I wish to kiss you. What? No, I'm not going to. Nom, nom, nom. See, that's how a man should take action. What? No, that's completely wrong. I'm not going to do that. Sir, there's a call for you. Hello? Oh, I'm terribly sorry. One of my family members is sick. Horribly sick. I must see them right away. He leaves, and Misa's all like, he doesn't have any family in here. That's weird. Doesn't say it out loud. So it turns out he got a call from Misa, and he meets with Misa, who's in disguise. Oh, glasses. That's a big disguise. I don't know. Batman got away with just showing that much. So, who knows? But, yeah, so he and Minmay go on a date for a while. And then, to top it all off, she's like, oh, it's so pretty out there. Can you take me? Of course I can. I have a jet. Phew! Hey, look, it's Saturn. See these rings? Whoosh! I made a beautiful halo just for you, Minmay. Oh, that's so beautiful. And then, of course, the Zentradi just happened to be there, and they're all like, oh no, I can't believe it. They're here. We cannot let the women ship get to them. And I'm like, women ship? Okay, so, they send a group of their ships to go capture Hikaru and Minmay because apparently their leader wants the micro-humans, as they call the humans. They're like, oh, I can't believe it. They're micro-humans. We're so tall and they're so tiny. We must find out. Capture them for me. For I have no arms and am stuck as a face in a jar, basically, connected to a giant ship. Yes, my liege, I shall do that right away for you. And so, they capture the ship, and Roy Fokker, who is currently drunk, tries to save them, gets his transformed ship into the mothership as they, or should I say fathership, haha! Anyways, as they get captured, and he's all like, alright, I'm here to save you. Oh! Those are some big people. I give up. And then, in that ship, the general kind of character, and somebody who's, I guess, the brains of the ship, they really do not do well to explain these characters. I assume if I watch Robotech, I'm going to understand a little more. But they're like, you there, humans, how is it that your men and women live together and nothing happens? You don't fight. What's up with that? And of course Fokker's like, oh, you see, when a man and a woman love each other very much, No. Don't tell them that. Look, men and women can do more than just fight with each other. They can love each other. What is love? Oh, it's this. Who's going to kiss Min-May? Well, I could, but I'm terribly British. I'm laughing at my own jokes here. So Dan, who rode out... I forgot about that part. So Misa and Dan are in their own ship trying to go get Hikaru's jet, and they're like, hey, return to the Macross, and he's like, alright, fine. Oh no, enemies! Oh, I can't shoot, this is a training model. Dang it, oh, we're captured. Oh, we're captured too! Fokker to the rescue! Ah, I'm captured too. So, yeah. That's basically what happens there. So they kiss, and the Zentradi are like, oh, that's disgusting. Oh, what are you doing? Oh. And, so they put them in containers. Fokker, Hikaru, and Misa in one, and Dan and, Min-May in another. I think that's all of them. I could be missing a character here. But anyways, so the two get placed into little pods and taken different directions, and Hikaru's group end up getting a woman alien, like Mintradi or something like that. I can't remember their name, but she attacks the group around them, and Fokker gets out, and he's all like, alright, it's time to escape. Phoom, I'm in my mech again. Guys, get to your jet and fly off. And so he tries to get them out of there, and then one random guy soldier with a different face, I guess he has an important role, no name, no nothing, shows up, smashes the head of the mech, and he's like, you're not going anywhere. And at one point he punches the mech's chest so hard that you see the cockpit like smash Fokker, and he's like, oh no, I've been fucked. I'm laughing at my own joke again. But he does kill the guy by turning the gun around and shooting into the guy's back, and you see him go, oh, I have been defeated. Bullets, my one weakness. Blah. Ugh. So Fokker died, and then the ship starts to warp away, but because their ship is trying to escape, it gets captured in the warp pool somehow, and they end up from Saturn all the way to Earth. But it's just Misa and Hikaru, and they are now stuck on Earth, which is completely barren. Nobody's living. Supposedly there's a lot of radiation, but Hikaru's like, no, the radiation's gone down. We can eat this horribly mutated fish together. You haven't eaten in 3 days. Let's eat. And Misa's like, alright, fine. Since we're the only two left on the planet, I'll eat your fish. Oh, this is really good. I know, right? I've been trying to tell you that this whole time. So eventually they see a giant ship, and they're like, oh, maybe we can communicate with the Macross through this. Oh, yes, let's try that. Boop, boop, boop. Suddenly a hologram comes up, and it's like, who are you people? Oh, we're humans. We come from Earth. No, only clones live on Earth. We're going to say goodbye now. Boop. And then it turns out that apparently it, like, translated a whole bunch of stuff to Misa. I don't know when that happened, but apparently it did. And so Misa and he are stuck on Earth by themselves, no way out, having to live together for an entire month. And apparently they love each other now. They were all like, oh, I hate you, but we have to live together. Oh, I hate you, but we have to live together. And now they're like, oh, I can't live without you. Oh, yes, I know. But, she did manage to send a signal, but wasn't sure if it got sent. And then the Macross shows up, and they're all like, oh, it's good to have you back. Thank goodness we're back on Earth. Oh, yes, very thank goodness. Oh, no, we're under attack. No, wait, I'm the general, and I spoke with the aliens. They're giants. Yes, it's weird, but they are giants compared to us, and apparently we can pull something out of them to shrink them down to 5'4" people. Don't know why they specifically said 5'4", but hey. So apparently the humans and the Zentradi sign a ceasefire where they're like, hey, we're not gonna fight you, you're not gonna fight us, because they discovered music. I completely forgot a part. Big part, by the way. So, before that happens, a female is sent to gather the proto-culture, which... So, proto-culture is apparently this alien thing that went on 500 million years, or 500 million years ago. They're super advanced, and they're the ones that created humanity, the Zentradi and the Mintradi, or whatever they're called. And so the females send one of their soldiers to try and get some of the proto-culture and bring it back. And during their fight, Hikaru and two of his squad mates that you met earlier in the movie go out to fight, and Hikaru's all like, oh guys, you can't underestimate these women. They're super strong. They're even worse than the men. And what the big guy's like, oh yeah, whatever. I'm sure I won't. Oh, I died. No! My buddy who never got a name. Whatever shall happen to him? Don't worry, I, smart glasses guy, will take her down. Meow. And so, smart glasses guy and her get stuck in a, like, airlock or something in the Macross and fight. And eventually, the glasses guy's mech gets torn to shreds and he crawls out of it. But he also injured the woman, and her armor pops open, and he sees her, and he's like, she's beautiful. And she sees him, and he's like, he's beautiful. And then you don't see them again until the finale battle, which is really weird, and I have no idea what happened, but I'll get there eventually. So then the Zentradi show up, and they're all like, oh no, we're going to work together. See, I found this piece of proto-culture, and apparently it's a song. When this song is played, all the women don't want to fight us anymore. It's weird, but we think if we had the lyrics, it would completely kill them. Please find these lyrics for us. Minmay, you taught us so much. Go back to your people. We're going to send 3 of our people, have them shrunk down, and speak with you micro-humans. So, they talk a bit, and they don't really explain how long of a change there is, but eventually Hikaru and Misa show up to one of Minmay's events to thank her or something like that, because they were all captured together, and now they're back, and they're all like, hey, yeah, and of course, this causes a love triangle, because Hikaru was all for Minmay, and Minmay was all for Hikaru, and they got stuck on a planet for a while, and he didn't think Minmay was alive anymore, so he went on to Misa, and now Misa's in love with him, and there's a whole love triangle, and it's just so annoying, but, hey, it's good television. A little bit later, by the way, the male mothership is massive. Like, the Macross is supposed to be the size of New York City standing up, turned into a mech. And their mothership is humongous compared to it. Where I think their emperor is the size of the Macross. Because he's stuck and has no arms. But the Macross, at one point, actually goes into the ship, and you see, like, it standing in front of him at one point. But anyways, so their emperor person is all like, well, the women are coming, we must fight, quick, go to the atmosphere. So suddenly it's male army, female army, and the Macross. And the male army's like, have they found the lyrics yet? No, sir, not yet. Why? We must destroy them. And so now the male army is fighting the Macross and the women are fighting the Macross and the men, and the Macross is like, I don't want any part of this, but I guess I'll have to fight. So the Macross goes up, and meanwhile on the inside, Misa discovers the lyrics, translates them, and tries to give them to Hikaru, but walks in on Hikaru and Misa is sharing a kiss, and she's all, oh no, my man, how could you? Fine, here are the lyrics, betterment of mankind. And Hikaru's like, no, wait, you don't understand, this is all a mistake. Oh, I'm a mistake, am I? No, I love you, but I also love her. Why can't I have both? Well, if that's how you're going to be, I'm not going to sing this song. I'm not going to sing another woman's song. I make myself laugh sometimes. So, she runs off, and then Misa comes back in, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry for overreacting. I really shouldn't have. Please get those lyrics to Minmay. She may be able to save the human race. All right, fine. I'll do it, but I'm not going to be happy about it. Misa, please, you must sing this song. No, I won't do it. Did he just Bright Noah slap her? And if you get that reference, you're a Gundam fan. So he slaps her after her big, like, teary-eyed, I don't want to do this, why can't it just be you and me? And she gets slapped, and he's like, this isn't just about you and me. This is about all of humanity and the future. I'll have to cut that. And meanwhile, the male ship is like, fire the main cannon. Boom! Mothership destroyed! We did it! Oh wait, there's still plenty of other smaller ships we have to take care of. Well, destroy them all. Pew 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 pew. Pew pew pew. And then Minmay finally, alright, I'll sing it, but I won't be happy about it. Do you remember when? Nya, 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 nya. And then suddenly all the guys are like, what is this song? I feel like I've heard it before. No, it's in our genes. This song is from proto-culture. It's awakening the culture in our own genes. Meh. Well, I see that our emperor has been the bad guy the whole time. Macross, our fleet will now help you. Boof. So now we've got half of the bad guy fleet helping the Macross, the women fleet that is left helping the Macross, and at some point in there, Glasses guy, no longer having glasses, crawls into a blue-painted female alien mech, and the green-haired woman alien is also climbing into her own mech, and they go out and fight with each other against the aliens. I'm like, what happened? These mechs are gigantic compared to humans. How are you piloting that? Why are you the same size right now? Did you shrink her and then shrink the mech? What? I had no idea what was going on. I was like, what is this? I like it, but what is this? So, woman fleet, male fleet, Macross, gigantic Emperor ship, and a whole bunch of tinier ships are like, we must fight, yeah, oh, explosions, lasers, missiles, everything. Apparently the good male commanders are on the ship. I got so confused when that happened because one of the female ships is about to shoot a hole into the massive mothership and then goes down and then shoots a beam, and then you see the good general guy go like as it pierces the ship just above them, and I'm so confused by what's going on, but I like it because it's explosions and colorful and it keeps my attention. But yeah, so the Macross then charges in. You got all these little mechs on its arms that are shooting missiles to clear a path. Charges in, puts a shield in, shoots a giant laser, floats up to the control room where the Emperor is sitting there on the other side of this wall. And then Hikaru's like, "Don't worry, guys, I've got this in my mech." Goes, and the Emperor's just sitting there, and he's like, "So this is Min-Mei's song. Oh no, if only I had arms." Hikaru pulls out like a Gatling gun and all these missile packs and starts shooting the guy and hitting him in the face, and he starts leaking because he's a head in a jar attached to this giant metal body. His eyes suddenly disappear, and he's like, "Ah!" He solidifies and turns gray as the song is ending, and all the wiring that he's connected to turns gray and starts falling apart. And the humans are like, "Yeah, we did it, we won!" And cutting that. And the good generals are like, "Well, we've done a good thing here, but we must not stop. There are 1,000 more fleets out in the galaxy that we must stop before this. Luckily, we know a song can kill them." It's like, what is this show? So, yeah, and then Misa and Min-Mei have this little stare-off, and then the next thing you see is Min-Mei at another concert. And I'm guessing, because she reads a little note, and she's all like, "Oh," at the end, that she went with Hikaru, or Hikaru went with her. I have no idea. That's why I'm going to go back and watch Robotech and see if they clear any of this up. But with that being said, I give Macross Do You Remember Love a 7 out of 10. Some of that is biased on the quality, and 2 years ago there was a redoing of the song by Amelie, which the song is Do You Remember Love. So I'll probably link that in the description below. Go check it out. It's a really good song. And as always, thank you for watching. Like and share if you enjoyed. Subscribe, become part of the Panda Party, because there ain't no party like a Panda Party, because Panda Party don't stop. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to party on and party hard. Later.